We got a game.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Loading up now.
Welcome everybody. Let's get into this next game. It is game number 4 between Quantix Golden, who's going to be the blue Zerg in the top right, going against the pink Zerg in Dignitas's Killer. This will be a ZVZ on Daybreak, the ESL IEM version, because this is the IntelliStream Masters qualifier for the IEM Singapore tournament. This is for the American servers, and we're having ourselves a best of 5 bonanza, as every series is a best of 5, and that just means glorious, glorious games will be shown for everybody.
Yeah, and Killer's currently up 2-1 in this specific best of 5. Golden really needs to come back into this game, or into the series, rather.
Yeah, and now Golden is pushing forward with this Overlord. Let's see if he's going to be going for a hatch first, as Daybreak is my favorite map for ZVZ for the reasons of this. Reasons of this. What kind of a sentence is that? Alright, for these reasons, it is a very large map that is 2 players. So you have this propensity for people to go for hatcheries first, and the other side of it is that people then just say you're going for hatch first most likely, I will then therefore 10 pool, and you can have these really weird games where you either have hatch first versus hatch first, you get to the hyper macro, which is so cool in ZVZ, or you get these weird situations where you have these tight holds against the 10 pool, or you can just go straight up to weird play and have 10 pool versus 10 pool.
So what you're saying is this map has a lot of mind games to it?
Yes.
Alright.
That would
Well,
be
I guess
much,
that's good.
that would be a much simpler way to put it.
No, you need to elaborate on it, because not everyone knows what the mind games in ZVZ or in StarCraft are. Not everyone's, master's level. And chat.
Everyone who watches this stream is master's level in my heart.
Oh, what a nice statement. But it's not as cool as actually being masters. I'm just kidding.
You're just happy because you're a
Kidding.
masters.
Yeah, I am.
Alright,
Wow.
so now we're having Golden's hatch first, having his spawning pool just now going down, and going for the extractor afterwards. So he's going to be a little bit safer, getting the pool a little bit faster, not going for the super fast speedlings, just in case of something weird coming in from Killer. But the gas timings are really not that different, and Killer went for a pool first instead of the hatch first. So this is going to be pretty cool for Golden. He's going to have a slight advantage at the start of this game.
Yeah, he will, and it doesn't look like Killer's going to put on any aggression soon, so Golden will be able to take advantage of his earlier hatchery. Now, what do you think both of these players are going to do? We've seen actually a lot of stages of the game. We've seen late game, we've seen early game, and mid game. I mean, are they just going to go into a standard, very late game, which is something we haven't seen yet, and you don't often see, where there's Broodlords and Ultralisk and all types of things.
I would love to see that. This map can be very favorable for later games, as you've got the long rushes, the fact that you can get to an easy 3 or 4 bases if you can get to that point of the game, and it's great for running around with roaches, large-scale roach armies, and with infestors as well for their mobility, their harassment, and you can see some weird tech patterns go into this map as well. This map is great because basically anything goes. It's not like say Zolnag where you have to be played safe. I mean, Zolnag is a great example of that.
Well, Tal'Darim, where you have to play it aggressive.
Oh god, I didn't even mention Tauder Malter ZVZ. I'm so sick of that. There's no
Yeah,
sugarcoating that. Oh my god, I've seen so much of Tauder Malter ZVZ.
yeah. Another bad UC maps, in my opinion, is going to be Belshare Beach, which really I haven't seen that map at all lately.
I think it's fallen out of style because honestly, it was a cool map at the start, but then it just became a map, and then it just was like I'm kind of sick of this, and the natural's annoying, and I'm just gonna ditch it because the third is also weird, and I don't care anymore, and so it's gonna be gone now.
Pretty much. And if it doesn't decide to actually implement a GSL map, then it doesn't seem to stay around that often. And unfortunately, Belshire Beach was never really implemented in many other map pools. But in this game specifically, we do have Killer with a little more in terms of lanes than Golden. So Golden seems to be on the defensive this game.
Yeah, and Golden's going to be even going for a little bit of a wall off. We've got the Evo Chamber being thrown down below the ramp, the Spawn Crawler directly next to it as well. So he's going to have a nice little defensive position to try and potentially, never mind, he will not be able to kill it off. But look at the Zergling Wings just embedded into the creep. That is kind of funny looking.
Once again, you're looking at the gore.
Okay, I can't help it. It's interesting. It just draws my eyes to it. It's like, ooh, pretty colors, and I just have to look.
That's true. Protoss gets the worst score. They get like Vapor. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Golden did try to send like at least one or two lings into Killer's base. It was denied by a Baneling though, so no scouting information going down for Golden. Now, Killer is going for once again a kind of a fast hive, and yep, Golden has no idea.
Yeah, Golden is going to have to deal with this, and it will be a Spire yet again. And this is going to be really interesting, because we take a look at Golden's vision and spread of Overlords. There is 4 that are way across the field, and those can easily get sniped, and he's sending out more. 2 more are going down to the bottom of the map, and if he doesn't realize that Spire's coming in, he's not going to pull them behind in time to save them.
Yeah, definitely not. And now his lair is done, so he should be sending an Overseer in soon. There is one more thing, so this is going to be like game number 1, where he was actually able to find out that mutas were on the way. So this could be a game that he can win. He can win that first game. Now, he's not getting Evo or Spores just yet. He actually had it perfectly timed that first game, but he is getting an Infestation Pit.
Yep, and so now there we have the Overseer pushing forward, but you know what? It's not going to get the Scout. It's getting pushed back by those Queens. Golden doesn't want to lose it, and oh, the Changeling. The Changeling.
Yeah, that's pretty clutch Changeling right there. And if that hadn't gone down, he would have been in load of trouble. It's actually trying to deny the third. Banelings are running around Lin for both players. Who's going to get... Oh, it gets the cancel, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that was really smart, just movement pattern, just to make sure that he ensures that his Lings stay alive. I mean, both players. That was just a nice little show of a micro that really doesn't impact much, but it looks really cool, and you keep your Lings alive.
Yeah, actually, Killer didn't have any more Banelings, so Golden could have pressed the issue, but with 2 Queens, he probably wouldn't have gotten much done. Golden does kill the drone that was originally making the third, and the other one has to go ahead and go on down, but Golden himself actually is not on his way to getting the third.
But he is getting out Infestors. That's going to be a very, very strong move for him in terms of defending these mutas that are now picking off a lot of those Lings and everything. And notice that he's leaving this Overlord. He's not going to waste time killing an Overlord that he knows exactly where he is and can't retreat. He wants to get as many kills as possible. So now he's going to target the ones that are in the middle of the map, the ones that are closer to Golden's base, to ensure the damage.
Huh. Alright, so we get a Carapace out for Killer, which usually means that he's going to stay on mutas for a very long time, but he's actually not. He's going to go ahead and just do what he did in the first game, follow this up with an Infestation Pit and Roaches, and go for that Roach Infestor style. So I'm really curious as to why this game he decided to get +1 Carapace.
I think he was actually expecting Golden to go for mutas. I think that's the Woo, we just hit a big actually Baneling explosion, killing off a bunch of Lings. So we see Golden's now only got 4 down there. But I think he thought that Golden was gonna go for mutas and wanted to win the muta versus muta battle.
Well, that's the way he would get it, right? But he saw that Golden was getting an Infestation Pit, so that is confirmed that, hey, Golden is not going for mutas, so I'm surprised he hasn't canceled it, unless he forgot about it, of course. Mutalisk, at least 4 of them getting fungled, they should die, I think, or at least most of them. Yeah, they do die, but that was a lot of fungals.
Yeah, that was a lot of energy. I mean, we only have... That was 4 fungals total, and there's 1 infestor now that is available for fungling.
Yeah, so if Killer was following this up with a really heavy aggression, he could be in a little bit of trouble. Luckily, Killer is not. Killer's actually droning behind this and getting a lot of upgrades.
And the third base is now quite delayed from Golden. That's going to be a little bit of an interesting situation to watch. The third from Killer is just happily mining away, and has been for a little bit of time, enough that it's going to be a significant advantage over Golden's third.
Yeah. Thanks for denying it at least once or twice. But now the Mutalisks are just going to be Overlord clearing up agents pretty much. Golden trying to do a good job of scouting on his end, just with Lins, making sure a super aggressive attack is coming, because that's one of the benefits of getting Mutalisk out early, right, is that you take care of the Overlords and most of the scouting, so you can really push without your opponent knowing.
Yeah, and Killer's got his Overlord speed, so he's going to be able to do a heavy bit of scouting, as well as laying down creep if he wants to just have a nice avenue of attack that's going to be able to be speedily reinforced, which is a really important aspect of ZVZ, as your defender has got such a big advantage with the fact that they can reinforce so quickly.
Yeah, it seems to be something that Killers likes to get is that Overlord speed. I really like these kind of characteristics of pro players. Someone likes to get it, and he utilizes it. I'm sure he's always scouting. They're able to move away from the Hydralisk, and yeah, if say his opponent was going for mutas, they'd be a lot more useful in that creep highway.
Yep, and now Killer, with his fourth base coming forward, is continuing to just make sure he can get farther and farther ahead in this game economically, but Golden's now got a nice count of Infestors, 7 Infestors, which is a perfect number for this amount of Roaches, as it's not too many Infestors where they just soak up supply and then the Roaches just die no matter what, but this is a nice amount of Fungals and Infested Terran to complement the Roaches.
It looks like Golden's also getting Overlord speeds. They both have probably similar mindsets. They want to keep the Overlords alive for scouting. And Golden, actually, no, they both have Hydras out in the field. So we're just going to see, like game number 1, Roach, Hydra, Infestor versus Roach, Hydra, Infestor.
Yeah, and Killer's now going to lose the remaining of those emitters of the mutas. There's the last one falling, and his production tab is now smaller than that of Golden's. Or Unit's tab.
I was about to say, oh, production tab, darn. But no.
Actually,
Unit
now
tab.
it's true.
Okay, well,
Never mind.
Killer is still at least 1 down on Infestors. Now, what is Fungal, what is energy like? That's something that's really key to pay attention to. They are just banking up energy, actually. Golden's been a lot more active, but actually his aren't that bad either. So when the engagement comes, it's really going to come out to who has the better arc and who can really take advantage of their Fungals.
Yeah, and Golden's got his +2 attack done, but no carapace upgrades. While if you look at Killer, he's 1-1 right now, working on 2-1, but actually they're technically both working on 2-1. And Golden's actually going to finish faster because he's got +1 carapace getting closer to being completed. And this is going to be really important positioning. The army battle is going to depend on who is on the ramp if they try to engage over there, but it seems that Golden will be retreating.
Yeah, doesn't want to force a fight. Now, what they can do is that instead of trying to engage each other, is that one person can decide, I'm going to go for faster Broodlords and get up to that hive tech. And that is exactly what Killer decides to do. So now it's going to be up to Golden to recognize this and actually try and do some damage before those Broodlords or Ultras come out.
Yeah, I just realized that if Golden had a team that their tag had a G in it, he could have been GG Golden. And it'd be
Yes,
like
he
G
could have.
Golden. I don't know, that really is so pointless to mention, but I thought it was amusing, so I amused myself with it.
No, it's amusing. It's like tags with I am. They're always funny.
Yeah.
I am first.
Or you are. You are crazy.
Exactly.
Alright, now having Lings just running around attacking, they're going to be getting into the main base. They could pick off those queens if they want to, but they could go ahead and just start targeting those drones now, and there is them getting... No, actually they're just attacking, but looks like, oh, there the Infested Terrans now spawning down here for Gold to start trying to attack. Now we're going to get to the Fungal Infested Terran, Infestor, Race, Infest, and you got just death happening. A lot of acid going everywhere, spines going everywhere, eggs getting spewed out of Infestor butts as they're just going to continue just going over, and there's Killer wins.
Oh wow, that was really hard to see what was going on, but towards the end, obviously Killer is in the lead. Now Golden needs to save his Infestor so he can actually burrow, because he has burrow. There's some Roaches burrowed at the 4th of Killer, and Killer's 4th actually finishes, so he could actually knock it down, not cancel.
Yeah, but those Roaches will be falling as Killer is not going to move forward, but they will target down the hatchery, and there we go. They could get Fungal to be revealed, actually. Killer, if you want to Fungal that would be a good move. Let's just bring in an Overseer, that would work too.
He needs to wait. He doesn't actually have any fungal energy, so
Oh,
they're just gonna stay there.
yeah, so he needs an Overseer to get in there, and there's the Overseer, and that's going to be the death of all those Roaches, or maybe not all those Roaches,
Oh, but
because he's attacking.
yeah, he needs to pull back and deal with what's attacking at his 5th, I guess this would be. The Infestors actually get split up from the army. They need a fungal and then burrow and get the heck out of there, but he's not. Finally, a fungal does go down, but no burrow as of yet. The Overseer actually isn't with the army, so burrow could be great right now. Roach is going into the main of Killer, though, so Golden doing some serious damage. Gonna take out the Roach Warren and potentially the spawning pool afterward. Burgess in the natural and third too.
Yeah, this is just hectic. This is the first thing that made me notice Golden when I was casting him just so long ago, was that he's so good at multi-pronged attacks, and we see him showing that right now, attacking so many bases. I mean, I remember him playing a game on Towering Altar, he was down 50 supply, and he just attacked 5 bases at once, and that's how he ended up winning. It was incredible, and now we're seeing him repeat that yet again, but Killer's just completely counterattacking. But the Roaches are just not dying on the other bases. The Hive is now being attacked right now. Golden's even going for a Nidus network in the midst of all of this, and Killer's trying to get out Broodlords.
Oh wow, this game is so tense right now. I really can't call who's gonna win. Golden does have the nicer position at his main. The spawns are gonna finish, and they will do at least heavy damage to the army if they try and push up. But you know, Killer has the Broodlords, but they are slow. So if Golden can force a base trade, he could potentially win.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Killer's working on getting a really interesting Hive Tech composition for his EVZ, but Golden is slowly getting whittled down, it seems. These Infestors do not have very much energy, and the Hive's going to be really important, but there's not that much anti-air from Golden. Killer is just going to commit himself to killing off the main base with the Broodlords, but this Nidus network is going to be a huge factor in terms of being able to attack multiple places at once and get out of there with units alive.
But he doesn't have any money, so that was really the telltale story right there, and that's why he GG's. If he had money to rival his gas count, he could have gotten those Corruptors, and he could have gotten the Nidus Worm down. And unfortunately, that just didn't work out.
Yep, so there we're actually seeing the series going to Golden. Golden will be going to IEM Singapore. A really great congratulations goes to him, as he is now taken down Killer, knocking Killer to the loser's bracket to see exactly if Killer can try and come back in and win the loser's bracket final to enjoy a really impressive seed into there.